Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and I just got done watching Guillermo Del Toro's Pinocchio movie, and right off the bat, I have to say that this was an absolutely fantastic movie, guys. I loved it. This is the type of movie that comes around every so often, just blows you away in terms of what it's going for. So there's that. Now, let's just jump right into this, and for my pre-rating score, I'm gonna say that this movie is a great movie, guys. Yes, Pinocchio is an absolutely great movie. Guillermo del Toro absolutely knocked this one out of the park. So that's that. Now, in terms of the story of this movie, it's pretty much like how the Disney movie goes and plays out. Pinocchio is born, and Geppetto, has to kind of get used to him. He learns valuable life lessons along the way. There are a few changes. By far the biggest change is the opening scene. It's very, very different. And I gotta say, those first like 20 or 15 minutes really like sold me on like what Guillermo del Toro was trying to do with this movie. And I was like, okay, yes, this is different, this is unique, and I absolutely loved it. So there's that. Now I actually do want to say something um before I dive into the positives, because this movie is rated PG-13, which is M here in Australia, and it said scary scenes, mature themes, violence. There isn't that much in terms of all three of those categories, and it's a bit disappointing. That can kind of fall into negatives, I guess, but there were some intense moments, but it wasn't that crazy. Even though the movie also is around to be labeled as a dark gothic horror as type of take on Pinocchio as well, it really isn't. So there's that. Now, again, it's not really feeding into a huge negative because it is Pinocchio, and I don't think of Pinocchio as a very scary movie, but it is what it is. So there's that. Now, in terms of the positives, right off the bat, I have to say the animation is fantastic. This is definitely better than Wendell Wild in terms of stop motion animation. And if only Henry Selick listened to what Guillermo del Toro was doing and what Netflix was doing with this movie, it could have been so much better. Not to say the animation there was bad. It's just this one, there's something special and unique about it. Another thing was the voice acting. It absolutely stood out to me. Every voice actor was great. And some was so like recognizable, which makes it even better. Like you're like, oh, that voice is interesting. I've heard that voice, like Christoph Waltz and Tilda Swinton and Kate Blanchett. They're all great in this movie. I loved David Bradley's voice for Geppetto. Sounded nothing like him, because to me he's still of course Filch from Harry Potter, but he was great. Gregory Mann as Pinocchio absolutely killed it. The voice cast was amazing. And finally, the realism of the movie was really good. This movie felt realistic. I love it when animated movies has realistic quality. Even like, I won't give away too much, but there's a sequence there are parts in this movie where they keep showing like same characters that Pinocchio comes across. I won't spoil why that is, but if you watch the movie, you may understand what I'm talking about. And if they're just playing a card game, like they're playing pokies or poker. Wait, is it poker, pokies? I don't know. Anyway, and it's kind of fun to see those guys playing that game. But anyway, I loved it. I thought it was great. Negatives, my only issue is that it is a bit slow. But apart from that, I loved it. This is definitely one of the best movies I've seen this year. I can now understand why people love it. So as a final score, yes, I'm going to give Pinocchio a 9 out of 10. Not a 10. It's not a perfect movie, guys. I mean, not even the Batman was a perfect movie. But in terms of animated movies, there really isn't much competition besides this Wendell and Wild and the Sea Beast. I still prefer the Sea Beast just a tad bit more because of the style of animation and the story overall. But this is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. I absolutely loved it, and I'm so happy I saw it. So there you have it, guys. That's my view on Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.